You speak as though I have conquered death. I live death every day. I am surrounded by it, smothered by it. Look at you now. He would have everlasting life. You seek to defy death, yet you cannot even defy sleep. And our like sleep is to death. It is a painted death.
Nosfero, does this word not sound like the death bird culling the living dead at dawn? It is the name both ghouls and demons dare not say, for they know it means death for the undead.
your friend, but you will not listen to me. So you invited this monster. Don't make me kill somebody.
Good morning, come on in. Coffee's good, fresh and hot. There's a waffle in the baker on the grill. We're making bacon. You're always welcome back.
Charge!
There's a fire beneath my skin. There's a fever that makes me ill. Gotta love, a love that kills. I got 24 hours to live. Come back. I'm down on my knees. Come back. I'm begging you, please.
Now I'm unmuted. It is great to see all you fine people. How on earth did I end up muted? How did that happen? But, you know, it's me, so we know how it happened. It's all my fault. I take full responsibility. Let us see who we've got in the chat. Let's see who's here. You guys are the best. It's Silent Movie today. So first of all, I want to start off by saying, I'm just kidding. I'm messing with you. All right, let's see. Phil, hey, I've got a question for Phil. If you're in the chat, since you're in the chat, can I show them the progress on what I'm working on, or no? Do you want me to wait? Let's see who we've got in here. You fine, beautiful, and patient people. We've got Lloyd up first here. We've got Stephen Rockwood, who is at work, but he is going to be checking this later. So glad to hear that. Lloyd Burton is always in this chat, man, making things great. We've got the Admiral here. Hey to you, my friend. I always picture it in a very Fonzie tone, but coming from the great Rodney Dangerfield. And let's see who else we've got. We've got my brother from another mother in New England, the man, the myth, the legend, Jeremy Lord Crackhead 33 with one of the best Comicsgate shows you're ever going to find. Go check it out. We've got Tarks9 saying hail chat. I say hail to you. We've got Vero here. Hello, Shanth. I say hello to you, Vero. Tip of the hat. Let's see what else we've got going on. We've got Mighty Geek Studios, the mighty man himself. Mighty Geek Studios, the mightiest studio you are going to see this side of the Mason-Dixon line. We have also got Truth, Justice, American Way, and yes, Admiral Wackass. That is implied in my enthusiasm. So there you have it. Let's see here. We have got everybody saying hello. We've got Phil, the man from Chicago, here in the chat. It's great to see you, Phil. I hope you're having a great day. Everything's going well for you. Yeah, working on something for Phil right now. Dan is here, my Grosse Point brother. Grosse Point Dank himself, Dan Lawless. Much love. Let's see what else we've got. We've got Links A-Flowin'. We've got the CG Vacation, which is interesting and relevant to my question there. So let's see here. Yeah, we're saying Hail Zaid. Comic Slade Raider, good to see you, my friend. Glad you are here. We have got, who else have we got in here? We have got Aldous from the farm just off Orwell Lane. It's great to see you, brother. I hope you're having a great day and things are going well for you. Let's see here. Slade Raider, Prater 7, Mighty Geek Studios. Who else? Did anyone else sneak in? Amanda B. There you go. It's good to see you, Amanda B. And we've got Mo Biggs here as well. So Mo Biggs and Amanda B. Is there a better way to have a Friday stream? I can't think about that. I think it is. Yeah. Hey, Admiral Wackass. Everybody's saying hello, 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 hello. It's good to see you guys. Sim Ink Slayer, it's good to see you here. And let's see, we got Mo Biggs again. Mo Biggs, you can never have too much Mo Biggs. And we've got Noah there rounding things out beautifully. It is good to see you, Noah. Let's talk about some art here. Let's talk about making stuff, because that's what we do here in CG. We make stuff. So I'm going to see, this is one of those things about OBS that drives me nuts, is its tendency to make things flicker sometimes while it focuses. And I can adjust it, and I have to figure that out. But here you go. Let's talk about some creation and some creativity. So this is the Nosfero bookmark in progress. this is what I'm working on right now. And the thing about it is, I wanted to make it something that was designed to be a bookmark, something that was amazing and interesting. And I finally hit upon the idea that so much of my book, including the cover, by the way, is a nod to the aesthetics of the masterpiece back when Walter Elias Disney was still alive and working at that company, of The Haunted Mansion. And so I started thinking about this bookmark as, what if it was a portrait and it moved up when you took the bookmark out to reveal more happening. So at first it looks like a simple portrait of our three main characters, our three heroes. And then as you move this thing up, it sort of warps and it's going to actually change perspective a little bit. And I can show some of the villains. And I started thinking about this idea like I'm thinking about everything when it comes to Nosfero, in terms of it's not just a thing that we're putting in there. And I think that's what everybody in Comicsgate does. We all kind of look at things and we try to create for the maximum amount of creativity that we can have. So we don't just consider anything we do just a bookmark, just a trading card. We're always trying to think about how we can bring more to the game. And so that is my plan for this bookmark. My plan is to make that happen. So let's do this. I'm going to try something and see if this adjusts anything. Hang on a second. You won't be able to see my beautiful face, but, you know, worse things have happened. I want to see if that flicker goes away. It seems like it has, but let's see. Yes, it does. So I think that's an OBS thing. So we'll see what we can see what we can do here to mitigate that. But for right now, we're going to take a look at this artwork, and I'm going to walk you through what I'm doing. So what I'm doing right now is I'm sketching out our main characters. And Phil, let me know in the chat if I can show them anything fun. I don't think I can though yet, but I'm not sure. If you're open to it, let me know. I won't show it unless you say it's cool, but I got to figure out how I can work on certain things while and still stream. That's the problem. So here you go. So this bookmark, if you have backed Nosfero the Crypt Walker at any level, we have unlocked this stretch goal. So you are going to be getting this bookmark. If you have backed the book at all, the link is in the description. So do not worry. You don't have to do an add-on. You don't have to. Okay, there you go. You can show them. Phil says. There you have it. And I will do that in a bit. But you will be getting this bookmark if you have backed this campaign at any level. And I want it to be every single thing when you get this book. I want it to be something that feels like it was designed for what it is. I'm not just taking stock art. I'm not just throwing things out there and saying, oh, okay, like here's a bookmark I cobbled together from artwork I already did. I want everything to be a unique experience. And when we hit 25K, the same thing goes for the trading cards. The trading cards, I've been putting a lot of thought in. Everything is going to be very Halloween, very Haunted Mansion, very fun and spooky, pulp inspired, like everything I do. And so I want it to be something that you get. I was lucky enough, fortunate enough, and joyous enough in my life to get the Lost Pages books from Phil the other day in the mail. Very excited about those. And Phil, much like myself, we have the similar attitude as far as making things that are great for people to experience. For those of you guys wondering what I'm sketching right now, this right here is going to be Phantomas, who is apparently going to be in some kind of CG death match, which is to say that Rob Arnold, Rob the Replicator, his book is available for purchase now and immediate shipping from Australia. But Rob the Replicator supports dogfighting, I'm assuming, because he's having this character compete in the battle. So, you know, it's going to be a real battle to see if Comicsgate loves dogs or not, loves pets. I don't know. I'm not here to judge your journey, but we'll see where it goes. And so Phantomas has been a very popular character with a lot of people who've backed Nosfero. It is, for all intents and purposes, a cross between Hound of the Baskervilles and King Kong, and is a ghost dog that can travel between different worlds. And the thing about Phantomas is that I love he's got this great kind of bull mastiff kind of quality, this Cane Corso kind of quality, and I love that. Rob's mouth versus Rob's brain is the ultimate CG deathmatch. Oh, you guys are rough, but that's what it's all about. We love Rob. Yeah, I was actually watching his stream the other night, and it was really late, and I heard something that I really liked and I wanted to talk about, but I forgot what it was because it was so late. But a lot of people like Phantomas. We got a lot of dog lovers. We got a lot of pet lovers in here. And Fantomas is my chance to give a character. You know, there's all these different stories of characters, whether it's the Phantom or Zorro having their pet or their trusty steed, and Fantomas is like is a mixture of both. He's both a trusty steed and a pet, and a loyal pet, and that's the thing that was really exciting to me about doing this book and building out all the characters. So we've got our 3 leads. We got a werewolf. We've got all of this different stuff going on in the story. We've got our damsel in distress, who's also, she's on a really interesting journey herself. We've got Nosfero, and then we've got Fantomas rounding things out. And so Fantomas is going to be featured on this bookmark, so that as you are taking this bookmark and you're bringing it out of the book, you're going to reveal more of the drawing, and that's important right here. Let's see here. Yeah, Fantomas rules. Thank you, Admiral. I appreciate that. Yeah, lots of love here in the chat, and lots of support here for Comicsgate. You guys are awesome. Let's see here. Also on the fight card will be Phoenix's. You guys got me. Hiya, Phil. How goes it? Says my brother Jeremy. And how goes it with you, Jeremy? I hope things are well, my friend. We had that weather that we had, that storm front yesterday. Took me out, man. It was arthritis city. What are you going to do? So hopefully things are going well for you, my friend. And I hope you guys are well. But yeah, I'm going to show you guys in a sec the thing I'm working on for Phil that is, if it's not a selling point, look, my whole thing when it comes to what commissions I take and what jobs I take is I want to sell comic books and I want to make great work. I've come here to chew bubblegum and sell comic books, and I'm all out of bubblegum. So my attitude when it comes to this stuff is it's got to be something that, is going to sell comic books, and it's got to be something that, is going to make money for me, obviously. But it's also very much tied to making great things, because when someone hires you to do something like that, and somebody invites you to do a project like that, you want to make sure you're doing something that's beautiful, and you want to do something that's great. And so that's one of the things. So let me know. Excuse me. Goodness gracious. Looks like I picked the wrong time to quit drinking. For anybody in the chat, let me have some ones if you guys want me to take a break to show you what I'm working on for Phil. And I will actually look. Look to that for what we do. So let me know if you guys want me to show you what I'm working on. And this will be a fun little look at something that is coming up for us. So yeah, let me know. I'll check in a sec once I finish these washes here. And then we've got this doorway right here that's opening here. And let's see where it goes. Yeah, this is going to be one of the coolest bookmarks. This is the greatest bookmark ever made, what you're seeing right here. I'm going to be making the greatest bookmark ever made. And the whole point of doing this is that as I see all of the creativity and innovation that we're doing here in CG, it drives us all to do better, and it drives us all to make the best stuff that we can possibly make. And so that is the goal for me when I'm doing this stuff. I want this to be the ultimate in haunted. Okay, well, I see a few ones there. Just look down for a second. Is this a truck question or a trick question? Jeremy, I thought that you were using some New England slang I hadn't picked up yet when you said that. Is this a trick question? I was like, is this a truck question? Is that a truck question or a trick? Never mind. You guys get the idea. All right, cats and kittens, here we go. Let's take a look at this thing here. So I am working on right now. All right, brace yourselves. Cover your ears, darling. Hey, 80s Made Consumer, it's great to see you. Hail, brother, and hail the chat, guys. If you have not subbed, I know a lot of you guys have because we did a spotlight one of my previous streams. But a friend of Comicsgate here who's been backing a lot of books and has some great stuff to say and is a kindred spirit in terms of what pop culture we like. So it's good to see. So Phil contacted me about doing a pinup for this great book that he's doing, the swimsuit issue, so to speak, a vacation issue, so to speak. Link will be in the description or in the chat very shortly. I wish I'd put it in the description sooner. And I decided that, that we talked about what character I should do. And I decided to go with, or actually Phil said he had an idea for, and then I was like, yeah, that makes sense for me for the Downcast, a character of the world of Downcast. So I broke out my acrylics. I'm working very large on this one. And right now, this right here is a look at the piece that I'm working on right now in acrylic. So as you guys can see, it is going to have our favorite character of all time from Downcast. Can't wait to paint him. And it's also going to have, of course, what you're back in the issue for. And this is I very much inspired by, Gil Elfgren. All right, Aldous, you take care, my friend. Have a great rest of the day. This is inspired by so many of the Golden Age and classic illustrators that we love. And that's an extreme close-up that you're seeing right there. But this is what we're working on for this book. And, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with it. And as you see in the background, there is a quite large shark happening in this background. And so this is going to be, this is already one of my favorite things that I've worked on. It really is coming together. And when you get this book, when people say that people can't do pulp anymore, people say, oh, you can't do, this kind of stuff these days. No, you can. Nosfero is proof that you can do fully painted traditional media pulp and that there's an audience for it. And we know there's an audience for it. Everybody here knows. Hey, what's up, Angela Curry? Great to see you. We all know there's an audience for this. But when you take a look at this, guys, this is 45 years of skill. When you guys back my book, that is, thank you, Tarks. I appreciate that. You guys are the best. And this is the thing, right? It's thank you, Phil. Tip of the hat to you, brother. You can't see it, but I'm tipping my hat. But this is the thing about it. When we're doing this stuff and we're looking at all of the different work that's possible, when you guys back for an original, when you guys back and you are doing all of the amazing things that you do to make this stuff possible, we're here. Hey, what's up? How's your father? Good to see you, my friend. This is the thing too. And as we work on this stuff is that people say you can't do this stuff anymore. Well, you guys are supporting me in doing this stuff. Nosfero is doing this stuff. This is painted pulp goodness. And so is every commission I do. Every time someone hires me to do something, what I want to make sure I do is give them something that is worth the money, worth the page space. And when my book is occupying a space in your house, as will my bookmarks, as will everything else, I want you guys to say, I am so glad to have this in my house. Looks awesome. Love the difference in focus between the guys. Yes, absolutely. And I spent some serious time. I appreciate it. Jeremy, I love you, brother. You're a good dude. Let me see here. Yeah, hey, everybody's saying hello. So this is the thing for me when I'm looking at it, and I'm trying to figure out where will this be available. Phil, you're a mod. Phil, can you clarify where this will be available, as Lloyd is asking? But this right here is acrylic pigment, 45 years of work and gaining these skills. The fish that's going to be pulling back on the bikini bottom is going to be this beautiful tropical kind of colored fish that's a little bit outside of some of the palette that you typically see in Downcast, but I wanted to make sure that I did some things. There's going to be a moray eel, and I'm going to detail the living heck out of it right here. And it's going to be just a beautiful painting that when you open up to this painting, just like with everything else. Yeah, the mailing list for this is up right now for CG Vacation. It's the biggest collaboration between CG creators and their characters that's ever been done. But I want this to be like a breath of fresh air when you see it. This is the kind of painting that I do that, makes for beautiful prints, makes for everything, but it lives and exists because of a comic book. It's going to be in a comic book. And that's the thing that excites me so much about it. Working on the flippers here, all of this stuff. But I want it to be something that's beautiful. I want people to get those kind of Gil Elfgren classical golden age illustration, works again. And I want it to happen here in CG because it makes it so difficult for people to say, oh, what is this place? What is this Comicsgate thing? And the reality is this Comicsgate thing is about creativity. It's about skill. It's about art. It's about all those beautiful things that we love and that we want to see. And so that's for me. A bookmark for a Diaz Comics? No, actually, that is not a bookmark. This is a bookmark for me. But that painting is going to be in the artist collaboration, the CG Vacation. Hey, what's up? What about? Good to see you, my friend. And so for those of you guys looking for it, it's going to be in that campaign. This bookmark, however, is going to be in Nosfero, which, by the way, we just crossed. Was it? Oh my gosh, 22.5 So we're $2,500 away from hitting that 25K. And this is the cool thing. I don't know how high this campaign is going to go, but if we get the trading cards, if we get to that perk, the next thing I want to do is as a stretch goal. And I'm going to have to price things out before I officially say that this is something we could do. It has to be financially viable. But I want to do, I want to see if I can turn those trading cards into hologram trading cards. So they'll be lenticular, so that they'll be like the Haunted Mansion portraits where you turn them and you see something else. Because I really want this whole project to have that kind of life and that kind of, energy behind it. And so that's the thing that I'm looking for right now. I'm going to try something really quickly here. I want to try this real quick. Toucan, let me see here. I'm going to do this. That I know is that. And then I'm going to go video capture device 2 and use buffering. Hold on a second. Cancel that. I'm going to try something really quick. That's probably what it is. That's what I probably did to myself. Let's try this. I don't know if this is going to work any better, but you never know. Let me see if this does anything. Settings, I'm going to go to OBS, and if this doesn't work, that's cool. It'll at least tell me something. Okay, yeah, it doesn't look as stroby. I think I may have fixed that. So yeah, but I want to do everything I do. I want it to be something that has a meaning and brings real legitimate joy to you guys on this project. I don't want it to be something that exists to exist. I want it to be something that has almost like a storytelling quality to it, so that we can see like what's happening in this world. The world of Nosfero is incredibly cool. And the more I paint and the faster this process is getting, and it is getting faster all the time, the more I'm able to show you guys this world. And my goal is to do what I have been doing, which is getting faster and faster and faster with everything, and then delivering great products that you guys get. And you feel like this is all done by one guy. And the answer is, yep, it's all done by one guy. And believe me, it is the best job I have ever had, is being a creator in CG. And I don't think I can, I can't imagine being more inspired. You guys are awesome. Thank you, Jeremy. I appreciate it. You guys are the best. Yeah, that's exactly what it's going to be. It's going to be great. But this is what it's all about, guys. I want this to be a place where you guys come in here and it's just inspiring. I've probably talked a little bit about this, but Walter Elias Disney, the man, is one of my biggest inspirations. And yes, I know he is currently, doing in a mix master right now spin in his grave. But the thing that we need to remember is that he left a really amazing creative roadmap of ideas and imagination and things that we can do. And so I look to him for inspiration. I've watched that fantastic documentary on him that they had on PBS. I've read biographies on him, and he was just an extraordinarily creative person who hired the best, associated with the best, and made things work. Lloyd Burton saying, wonderful stream. Whoa, hold on a second here. Whoa, boy, big jump. Lloyd Burton, wonderful stream as always. Good day to all. I'm leaving for work. All right, my friend. You have a great day at work, and thank you for everything you do, Lloyd. I appreciate it. What's up, Luna Comics? Cranberry Langers as well. It's great to see you. Howdy. How are you doing? Let's see here. Elias. Yeah, didn't know his middle name. Yeah, his middle name is Elias, named for his father, who was a real piece of work, I have to tell you. Yeah, not the greatest dude on earth, of course, but Walt was a man's man. He got it done. Yeah, a lot of people don't know about Walt's father, Elias. I find that the thing that's interesting to me about that is that Elias actually explains a lot of, Kurt Russell's stories about Disney. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's got some great stories, and was one of the last things that Walt talked about before he passed away. But yeah, Walter Elias Disney moved the family to this beautiful, picturesque farm in Marceline, and then he lost the farm because he was a terrible farmer. And as he was realizing that he was an inept farmer, he decided that he wanted to try to cover up and find a way to make it so that he wasn't a bad farmer, or how he could make, some more income. So he, I can't believe people don't know this. He became a member and started trying to create a bargaining group of the Communist Party. So when people see, a lot of people don't know this, but when people see Walt Disney coming out and talking about this stuff in those famous, hearings, and they're like, oh, first of all, there was a lot of stuff going on. Second of all, he actually had a deep personal connection with it that went back to his own family. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know that about Walt Disney, and it's in the book. I was shocked that whenever people bring up his anti-communism, and he would be rolling in his grave, they don't bring up the fact that his father was a failed farmer, and that was a huge part of his resentment, that they lost everything because his father couldn't come to grips with that. He had no ability to do it. And it was what it was. Yeah. Hey, what's up? Yeah. The Art and Times of J. Ryan. God, that was a tongue twister. They went to Missouri, to Kansas, or something like that, right? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And Marceline was what Disney World's Main Street is. That's what it is, Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, bookmarks and stickers is what it's all about. Shanth, or are you not aware of the sticker versus bookmark wars? Oh, there's going to be stickers and. Guys, let me tell you this right now. This is important. Embrace the power of and. I was talking with Gabe El-Taib, my brother, my colorist brother, and the first person I ever did a show with, we were talking about Groundhog Day. After the show, he said to me, Shanth, why did you decide to do the show? And I said, well, there was some very deep soul searching, because it was my first time doing a show and we had just met. And then I think it came down to a lot of things, which we talked about. But a bigger one is embracing the power of and. Embracing the power of, you have to know your limitations, and I have limitations of how often I can stream versus how often I need to paint. So yesterday, when you saw me, or you didn't see me streaming, I was trying to solve this painting that I'm doing for that book for Phil. And that's important. That's really important, because for those of you guys who wake up in the morning and you're women, hats off to you. You make it look so effortless, but painting you is a nightmare, because capturing the beauty of a woman in paint is one of those great art challenges. Absolutely. Yeah. Bros is a successful cringe farmer. Oh, come on. We love B-Rose. I love this chat. Hail chat, hail Shanth, waffle time, Godsurp. I absolutely do. It's maple. It's straight from Vermont, but we've also got other options. Whatever fickles your tancy will take care of you. Admiral Wackos, yo, Teflon Ron, 80s made consumer. If you could do a fridge magnet, that's my jam. All right, I'm going to put that onto my stretch goal possibilities. I like magnets too. I like car magnets a lot, actually. Because with car stickers, how they hold up, it can always be a pain. And I found that the car magnets hold up really nicely. Hey, Admiral Wackass, let's see here. Magnets are cool too. Got a Reaper Destroyer and a She on my file basket. Nice. What about capturing booty of women in paint? It's not as easy as one would think. Now that I got the Zaid Project peak, I'm back to live. There you go. Well, it's great to have you back here, Amanda B. Guys who wake up in the morning and they're women, sounds like the next Disney princess. It could possibly be, but it's sort of funny, because when there's all these funny expressions that people who don't know how to paint put into the lexicon. When you understand the anatomical difference in terms of skeletal structure and muscle structure, you realize why it's different to move between painting men or women. But there's another one that always makes me laugh, which is when people talk about flesh tone, and they use a blanket term of white, which makes me laugh, because they're all different kinds of skin complexion. Like, there's lighter skin and darker skin, and then when you're painting in between. But one of the hardest kinds of skin tone to paint, I have found, is very Nordic, very pale skin, very, very fair skin. I don't mean light skin. I mean like light skin color. Because you get this beautiful subsurface scattering of these blues and these subtleties in there, and it's very hard to get those to work. And so when you paint portraits of different kinds of people, of all backgrounds, of men, women, people with darker skin or lighter skin, you get a real appreciation for the full range of possibilities. But you have to have skill in order to show them. And that's what it's all about here. Is it's one thing to say you want to do X, Y, and Z, but it's another thing to do it. And I was talking with my kids today about you guys, about my backers and my audience. And I said, yeah, to quote Marked for Death with Steven Seagal, Gabe will appreciate that one. Everybody want to go heaven. Nobody want to die. Well, everybody likes the idea of doing comics, but here in Comicsgate, we understand, and we got to understand the fulfillment aspect of it as I sit here with Phil's book in my hands, which we do quite well. And considering we're independent family businesses for the most part. And then the grueling, and I saw Ethan doing a great art stream today, work that goes into making the books. This is why we do it. I want the work. I don't want to be able to, I don't want the title. I want the work. That's what it is. You know what I mean? You jumped into painting and talk. That's right. I went right in. Yeah, that's right. Hey, what's up, John? Good to see you. Yeah, that's covering it right now. That's pretty much it. The important thing about correctly portraying women is not to too much skeletal shape, but the organ, specifically a very, very prominent stomach, without it being, you will receive immediate. Yeah, it's guys. You know how sharp you have to be to paint and catch how sharp you guys are in the chat. A piece of canvas is only the beginning. It takes character with every. Yeah, exactly. I always say this, when you see somebody painting the female figure and you see somebody, yeah, by God's design, we are a skin kaleidoscope. Yeah, absolutely. And by environmental design too, for that matter. You know that when you're out in the sun, it's rough. And you know that when you're out in the cold, I love all of it. Sorry to say. Hey, Sean, just curious. How do you hire an artist without worrying about them scamming the writer or stealing your rights or ideas? You never do. Ask Rob Arnold. You will live in perpetual fear. Sorry, Luna Comics, but that's... And artists have the same concern. Everybody has that concern. It's almost like a hostage trade is the best way I could put it. Yeah, just got my 6-gun gorillas in the mail. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Yes. And so when I'm sitting here and I'm working on this stuff, we're a small business. We're not rich. We don't have this massive amount of money, and we are grateful for the support that you guys have given us. So let me be very, very clear about that. But as we say in New England, that having been said, the thing I want you all to know is that I want this project, when you get it, to be magnificent. I want it to be something that you get in the mail and that you are so excited. And you're like, this bookmark, I want to look at this. I want to see this every single day. This sticker, I love this sticker. I love these trading cards. I want to flip through the artistry in this book, and it makes my day better and brighter. And I also want you to tell people that this wave of de-skilling that we have, this wave of people not knowing how to paint, not knowing how to draw things accurately. As Frank Lloyd Wright said, I think he said, making artwork that is a grace to nature instead of a disgrace to nature. I'm trying to make work that is a grace to these things. And when you get this book, just like when I get Frazetta's work, who's a huge influence on me, and when I look at, Alphonse Muka's work, who's also a huge influence on me, it inspires me as a person on the planet to go outside and enjoy this life, and to look at everything and to appreciate everything. And so that's what artwork does. That's what it's done for me. And comics are no small part of that. No small part of my life, reading comics. So let's see what else we've got here. Very true. I'm sporadically a melanated person of color. That's right. That's right. Not Rob Teeth yet. Not Rob Teeth yet. Okay. I thought your mom was the artist. Would she really do that? You never know. When you can say huge boobs 5 times fast, you will have become a master of drawing women. Well, that's probably why you're a master of it. And I'm not. Hey, what's up, B-Rose? Speak of the devil and you shall appear. B-Rose, we love you. It's great to see you in here. Everybody's saying hail, hail. Yep, Frank Lloyd Wright was a boss. My cousin is an architect, and he's his favorite. Yeah, I have so many books on Frank Lloyd Wright in this house. Brilliant artist. Brilliant artist. Hail Mo Biggs. Everybody's saying hail, hail, hail. And then here we go. Yes, so Curialt. Hail, Shant, and chat. I'm desperately trying to get through that name. I'm working my hardest to do it. So much love and glad to see you here. Everybody's saying hello, hello, hello. Yeah, so Curiart in 1 is what I'm guessing I'm trying to get to. But yeah, so when I'm working on this bookmark, if something is occupying space inside of the package that you receive from me for Nosfero, then it's got to justify its space. It's got, I mean, everything that I tell you is going to be in there has to be in there. And then everything that's in there has to be worth having. I don't want there to be anything in there that you're not excited about. If you guys would be so kind, yes, also hit that like button, please. And thank you. Yes, thank you, Teflon Ron. I appreciate that. I'm always forgetting to do that. And it does. It helps the algorithm, guys. We're on our way to 1,000. And my brother, Eric Weathers, is on his way to getting monetized. We think we figured out what the hiccup was on that. If you're not subscribed to Eric Weathers, please do. We do CG Team on Tuesday on his channel every Tuesday night. And it's a blast being with those guys, Von Klaus, and gosh, oh my gosh, I'm blanking. Clint Stoker, Von Klaus, Eric Weathers, and Rob Arnold, and myself. And it is a blast to do that show. So once he's monetized, we'll make it rain for him. And my whole thing about this is that anytime we're sending a message to people that these channels are popular and people want to see what Comicsgate is doing, the better. That's why I always say that, hey, what's up, Jeremy Bird? It's good to see you. My God, I just saw you pop in the chat there. It's great to see you, man. Look, guys, we like you guys. What are we going to do? We do. We love doing this stuff. We love working. We love having people who actually care about all this stuff we love. I love comics. Comics saved my life. It changed my life. I prefer the CG boys. Yeah, I agree. Listen, I'll put in a note to Eric. I'm sure Eric's around. Let's see here. I do indeed. There you go. Oh, new show to watch, CG Team. And speaking of CG Team, we have got Rob the Replicator in here. Hey, what's up, brother? It's good to see you, Rob. And so when I'm doing this kind of stuff and I'm thinking about the fact that I was watching one of my new subscribers and new backers here, whose channel we highlighted not long ago, he was talking about loving the 80s, loving comics, getting out of comics, getting back into comics, and all of the great things that happen, in our lives that comics are a part of. And I love that. I love how into comics people are. It may sound like a small thing, or it may sound like a thing that would be easy to find, but finding people, it's 80s made consumer for everybody in the chat. Finding people who, oh, there you go. Of course. People are going to say. So, all right, Rob, let me show you what you missed. And for anybody in the chat who's missed it, guys, this is the painting that I'm doing for Phil Diaz right now. Yes, there are going to be art prints, and that we've already unlocked those. Great question, 80s made consumer. Appreciate that. But this right here is the piece. If I can turn this light on, there we go. This right here is a look at the piece that I'm doing for the swimsuit book, the CG Vacation book. And this is what we are doing here. And let me see if I can get that light to not be so extreme, because it got a little bit too intense right there. There we go. So this is the artwork that I'm working on right now for that art book. And it is going to be a stunner, guys. It is going to be beautiful. Now, for any of you cats who are married, and let's face it, guys, some cats dig chicks and some cats dig other cats, man. We're cool either way. It's not a problem. But my wife looked at it and she gave me the nod. She was saying, she goes, that's one of the best women you've ever painted. And it's because it's tricky. We both, we've been together for 26 years. We're both artists, and, we understand when each other are having a breakthrough on something. And I think it's a combination of media, composition, and just all the things I've been doing since I've been in CG. And it's not tied to this. Here's the latest page from Nosfero. Actually, it's not the latest. It's one that I'm working on right now. The latest one is still in black and white, roughing it in with acrylic right over there. But this right here, guys, this is what all this stuff comes out of. Look at the Nosferatu, the vampire waiting to pounce and take the werewolf by surprise as he tries to do the right thing and save the lovely Laurel. And then I look at this with this gigantic, megalodon ish shark, because it's going to be, I'm going to bring my own sort of spin to it in the background that is just going to be so faint that you don't really notice it. At first. You do notice it, but you don't notice it at first. And of course, there you go. There's our star right there. So we're going to be having some fun. Double check my Wi-Fi here. We're going to be having some fun on this painting, and it's going to be something that's worth having. You know, that's the thing. And I'm not just saying that for you guys back in this book, you know, Phil's book. And I'm not just saying that for you guys backing Nosfero the Crypt Walker. I'm saying that for Phil, when Phil contacts me and says, hey, Sean, I want to hire you to do a piece for this book, I want it to be something that he's excited about, you know, and that's what it's about. That's what it's about. And that's what we're making here. And so every single thing I do, like this page right here, which I think I'm going to throw a wash on this page. This is the latest page right here with Amun Al-Hazared from Nosfero. And hey, what's up, Ellie? Good to see you, my friend. All right, let's get you on there. Great to see you. Yeah, and don't, guys, also, Phil's saying in the chat, don't forget to watch Diaz Brothers show tonight. We have a fun new segment. We will be talking about this piece too. Yeah, you should send me a link when you talk about it. I'd be happy to pop on. You got my cell number. Just drop me a line because we all know this. Yeah, Teflon Ron, Sean's painted, wife approved. You're right. Yeah, it's good to have another set of eyes when it comes to artists, you know, in your house. And we're getting it done, guys. We're getting it done in this house. I'm married to a pretty amazing artist, I have to tell you, and an outstanding human being. And of course, hopefully that's what one would think when they're married, but I certainly do. So here we go. Let's see what happens when we put a wash into this stuff so you guys can get a look at. Hold on, let me move the camera because I had it pivoted for that larger piece right there. Let me show you what happens when we do this stuff here. So, and I was trying to explain the Diaz brothers to my wife, and I couldn't explain it. It wasn't her fault, it was mine. Because I kept saying Zaid instead of Diaz and Diaz instead of Zaid. It's a dyslexia nightmare, but bless your heart, Phil. Bless your heart. So here you go, guys. This is how we do it. This is how we work. And we go from black and white sketching to color. This is what makes it all work. And so I grab in different colors, whatever I'm working in, watercolor, gouache, acrylic, it's always going to have a level of doing washes. I always approach it the same way. And I imagine it would be the same way if I ever learned how to paint oils, but it's not happening at the moment. I don't have the respiratory system or ventilation in my house in order to be able to do that. But for those of you who do, hats off to you. And then we go and we rough these things in. And as I work, I will take different washes and colors and rough those in so that this undead first of the blood drinkers, vampire, mummy, will come to life. And you can see those fangs. And that's the thing that I love so much about doing this stuff. What kind of art does Mrs. Ingetti do? She does... she's got a painting that's for sale on West Elm, and she's a professional graphic designer. So quite the lady. She's amazing. Yeah, there you go. Let's see what else here. Yeah, nerd culture, 80s made consumer channel. Yeah, absolutely, guys. As this gouache, actually, this is acrylic washes. So I'm using a very similar process. The difference with this being that I'm able to do more glazes. You can't really glaze with gouache. And I wanted to do when I was working on that action piece right there, I realized that I wanted to do more glazing and pump the value up a little bit in a few things. But everything I do is essentially ink or acrylic works like ink and then washes over top of it. And that's kind of the approach that I always am going to use. It's just a question of how much contrast I want to get, how much subtlety I want to get. And everything I do has got a little mixed media, but it's all water-based paint, you know, when I'm working. So that's the key. And when I did, gosh, a masquerade piece and then a couple of other pieces I'm working on earlier, I saw some potential in this new material that I just got for Nosfero, funny enough, to do something that would have, you know, this really nice color effect to it. And so I had no idea if it was going to work. So I just tried it out and I was absolutely thrilled by how it came out and how the process works. And it just gets you this kind of richness that I haven't found a material that does. It's this crescent canvas textured board that just it does everything I love about art. I'm able to get a very Frazetta look to it, and it's just, I mean, guys, this book is going to be a thing of beauty. I'm excited about the story, big time. But this is the funny thing about making an immaculate reality and making these sort of imagined worlds. If the artwork doesn't look good, and I've got this incredible, rich world that I'm describing in my story, the story falls apart. And that was the thing, you know, that was the thing that it's like, yeah, rub it in more. The great wife, buddy. Yeah, that's exactly right. Hey, listen, everybody can have a great wife. I truly believe in that. It's just one of those things, you know. I certainly feel very lucky, though. Let me tell you this. Feel lucky for her every day. And so, yeah, it's a good thing. And remember, too, guys, much like Mel, much like all of our teammates and our partners here, much like Aunt Andrea, we're a team, and we're working for you guys. And she knows you guys, and I know she said hi Comicsgate on some streams, and it is very appreciated what you guys do for us. So yeah, she's the other half of this team, and she's on your team, and that's the big thing. You know, what is that great thing that OC Steve wrote that or posted? I love. He goes, oh shoot, I forget what it was. It was the meme with Tombstone on it with the Earp Boys and Doc Holliday walking. It says, it's not about having certain kinds of friends. It's about not having a lot of, it's not about having a lot of the certain kinds of friends. It's about having friends you can be certain of. And I remember thinking, that's so great. And she's definitely one of those people I could be certain of. And that's all there is to it. You know, it's good stuff. Let me see if I missed anything too, because this chat is jumping right now, guys. And thank you for hitting that like button and tuning in, guys. I do appreciate it. Can't overstate that. Yeah, we just got some great people in CG doing some great stuff. And it's inspiring to see great artists getting together and, you know, us showing people that there is an audience. I was listening to Eric July before I started the stream, and he was talking about the idea that when everything is so set up to favor this particular, you know, attitude of this particular nihilistic, whatever you want to call it, group, that the thing about it is that the only thing you can do if you want to do work that isn't nihilistic and is about beauty, and you don't have to jump through all those hoops, is create your own thing. And what crowdfunding allows us to do is it allows us to get investment money that isn't tied to all that stuff, or people who want to have that kind of say. Without you guys, we aren't free to do what we do. We aren't free to speak. We aren't free to make work. And oddly, we're fighting for the right to be apolitical and creative and artistic. That's it. That's all we want. We want customers. We want people who love making art, love imagination, and love the idea, the beautiful idea of, you know, that, again, people like Walter Elias Disney did, which is, you know, that walk down America's Main Street, that walk down, you know, to the comic book shop or the Blockbuster video or wherever it is that you were seeing, you know, inspiring art and culture. We want to remind you of that. That and the idea of working with a small business. Like, it is us. Hey, what's up, American Comics Company? As I always say, you're always in good company. When American Comics Company is in the chat, it is great to see you. But yeah, I will tell you this, guys. I love what the Walt Disney Company was and the legacy of Walt Disney. I'm going to say that right now because it's big to me. The idea of, you know, all of the complexity and the pioneers that have made my work possible and have made us getting together from around the world possible with all of the innovations that we have and all of those amazing things. And I was showing a good friend of mine in Comicsgate, Eric Weathers, a stream by this guy named Jake Weidman, who has a YouTube channel, and he's a master penman who does engrossing and which is to say detailed hand lettering and things like that. And he just does this amazing work, this amazing skilled work. But what people didn't realize is that he was also one of 3 artists who was asked to create work on the iPad Pro when they were releasing it. So the first big campaign for the iPad Pro, they hired this traditional hand lettering artist who works with a nib and quill and even does wood carving, makes his own quills, because there's not a lot of them in this world. And these skills that you're seeing me use right here, these painting skills, if I don't eat and if I can't do off of these skills, and if I can't, make these viable, then they're not getting seen and they're not getting passed on. And because a huge way in which these things get passed on is from people watching other people do it. Do you know what I mean? Hey, what's up, Louis Filet? Great to see you, and good afternoon to you. And I don't know if I've said John enough today. Hey, John, it's great to have you here, man. I've seen you, and I know I've highlighted your chat, but I just want to make sure. Yeah, I used to love Disney too. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's great stuff in terms of I would say this, continue to love Walter Elias, and don't worry about who's got the brand. His legacy still stands, and it'll stand the test of time regardless of what they do. And that's true for Tolkien. That's true for C.S. Lewis. That's true for Jack Kirby and Stan Lee. Regardless of what people try to do, they're going to have to do a lot more erasing than they're able to do and sustain it over a much longer time. And these skills that you guys back right here, look at this. You guys are funding this when you back Nosfero. When you share Nosfero out to people and you say, hey, guys, back this book. Do you like horror? Do you like Hammer horror films? Do you like the Walt Disney Haunted Mansion? Do you like Conan the Barbarian for Zeta artwork? This is for you guys. I tip my hat to you guys. This is happening because of you, and it will get bigger, bolder, and better for my wife and kids and for me the more support I have, and it is never lost on me. That's why I do these streams. That's why I promote, other books in CG, because these people that I'm working with are really good people, really dedicated people, and they are those kindred spirits, or as C.S. Lewis and Tolkien called their little group, the Inklings. They're my Inklings, and so are you guys, the people you get together with to have creative and inspiring conversation. When you guys hit the like button, when you share this, when you get people to sub to this channel, as we inch closer to 1,000, I know it's the product of a lot of work and a lot of support, and I am so unbelievably grateful for it, guys. So unbelievably grateful for it. And this work, 45 years of working on this stuff, and yeah, the trust fall into Comicsgate is real. You go, does the 45 years of meticulous work, all of the failed drawings and paintings that I've done, on my way to learning how to master these skills, and then you master them and you think, is anybody out there going to back this? No matter how much work you've done, no matter how much time you spend in the chat, no matter what books you've funded before, you're always going to think, are people going to show up? Is CG going to show up for this book? And it means the world when I see, I just woke up today and it said, you have a new backer on Nosfero the Crypt Walker. And I just was, thank God. Thank God every day for this, guys. I really do. Let's see here. Well, still love the old Disney stuff. Yeah, absolutely. I don't own much of it. Yeah, there's some great stuff out there. There's some beautiful work. Liked Disney up to Darkwing Duck. Then I stopped watching. Yeah, guys, our culture is all right. John saying you'll be right back. Our culture is very much, yeah, that is funny news, by the way, is a living, breathing thing. And every time somebody innovates in an art form, whether it's Disney or it's Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, Bernie Wrightson, Frank Frazetta, whenever somebody throws down a great hand of amazing artwork, we're in a situation where we can make it happen. We can go and do that. It's a question of gaining the skill and finding the backers. And what an incredible thing it is that we've had this opportunity, because of these crowdfunding platforms and because of the great bold leaps of people like John Malin, your boy Zach, and Ethan. We've got, a roadmap for how to go about funding this stuff. If that doesn't excite you, and if that doesn't get you excited to be a part of this, guys, take a moment to look back on some of those videos from a couple of years ago, the silly videos when we were like, what are we doing? It's a little bit like watching the Image Founders. It's like we got to figure out printers. And my favorite videos, some of the best videos in the world, were all of the trials and tribulations of Ethan saying, I'm going to do a foil cover on Cyberfrog #1. And then coming back and going, how the heck do I do a foil cover? Like, who even does this still? How does it work? Can I find anybody to do it? And, oh my gosh, am I going to lose my shirt because I promised to do a foil cover, but I'm going to make it happen? And those are the things that, I love to go back and watch those whenever I need to feel inspired. I look back at it, and what's really cool is when I see so many of you guys in the chat back then, in those older streams. It's sort of I remember when Brian Kriskow was in the I'm going to do this is something I'm definitely going to do soon, guys. Hey, what's up, Joshua Lamb? Good to see you, my friend. I'm going to be doing what's the word I'm looking for? I'm going to be doing an EFAP stream at some point of my favorite Jack show, which was the trip to Walmart with Ethan and with Cecil and John Malin on that stream, because it is one of the greatest streams of all time. And I want to definitely do that part where Ethan comes on and goes to Walmart. So at some point I'm going to be doing that. I will post about it before I do, but it is one of the all-time great great streams for me. And so many characters and so much of it is stuff that relates to what's going on today. That's the funniest thing about it. Oh, hey, thanks, Phil. I appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we just going to keep working. That's what we do. You know, that is what we do. We work. You know, while they sleep, we work, you know, Phil. And it's going to be, this page is going to be another stunner, guys. I'm page after page after page now. It is really flowing with the finding of this new material, and also like just Comicsgate and certain levels of support unlock not just perks, but they tell you that people have faith in what you're doing, and they have faith in the kind of artwork and things that we're passionate about. Because before CG, and I know a lot of you guys have said this, I was like, does anyone know, like, or care about all of these things that I love? Are there people out there? Are there people who are passionate about this stuff? And when I started finding those people on Indiegogo, it was huge for me. I'm sorry, on Indiegogo, on YouTube, it was huge for me. And then when I started finding this stuff on that, so it's the Jack show is, I forget what it's titled. Praetor 7. It's from a couple of years ago. I will find it for you. I promise. Promise. And I'll announce it when I do it too. Yeah, it's jeez, you guys are killing me. But it's one of those things to where every single page of this book, as the skills, you know, as I evolve what I'm doing, and as you guys watch it, you're seeing these changes happen. You know, you're seeing them up close and personal, as you are right now. You're with me in the creation of this book, and the creation of this book is coming along so well. It's picking up the pace, and it's getting to where it needs to be art-wise. And that's huge, guys. It's huge. But it's a very big thing for me that you guys are backing it. When I see, oh, Nosfero got another backer, oh, blah, blah, blah. It means more than you can possibly know, because it means that this project, this book, and what we're doing here is something that you guys want to see. You want to see this. And what I'm doing ultimately when I'm painting this stuff is it's a love letter to, yes, it's a story. Yes, it's I'm there and all that other stuff in it, and creatively, you know, yes, I get that it's an original sort of property in that way that things can be original, but everything that I'm passionate about, and I know a lot of you guys are passionate about, is in here. And I'm standing on the shoulders of a lot of great pioneers in art and creativity. And for me, I feel like when I work on these projects, you know, I'm waving the flag for the excellence I admire, and that I try to distill as much as I can, or I instill, maybe, who knows? Gosh, I need to get hooked on phonics, people. But that I try to put into the work that I'm doing. And I want you guys to feel that when you get this project. And I none of this matters to me at all without the thought of fulfilling. That's really what it is. It's like I don't even understand. I understand that when people are trying to perfect their project, and I'm not you know, going to get into that whole debate, because I don't worry about what other people are doing. I back books where I trust creators, and I've been rewarded, as I can see over there, with the Lost Pages, and with my Cyberfrog books and PVCs and all of that stuff. But the joy, like when I see pictures of people opening up the books they've backed, guys, I think that's going to be Nosfero. Someone's going to be opening Nosfero. Hey, what's up, Pale Rider and Random McRanderson? I can't believe I missed you there. I'm so sorry. What's up, Random McRanderson? But when I think about that, it's so inspiring. The God Wolf, Malin sent me here. Oh, Malin's the man. Bless you, Malin. Much love. But when I think about that stuff, guys, you know, and I think about getting those books and the creativity of so many people like Frank Frazetta and even people like Dale Keown, my goodness. I go, we can actually do this here. I can make something great. We can put this in your hand and you're going to go, oh my gosh, I'm flipping through this book and I made it happen. I am an investor in this. It's so amazing what we're doing here. So amazing what we're doing here. And I'm grateful to all of you guys. So when I'm working on this guy, I've got the great Boris Karloff on my mind, who played the original Mummy. I've got the makeup artist, Jack Pierce, who designed the very intricate makeup, hand-applied makeup that he would just build up layer after layer with actual gauze. And I want you to feel that when you look at this. I want you to feel everything that I love about, Basil Gogos is another artist I love who did all those great monster posters. Hey, Josh, and let's see who else. Tarks is saying, I started with supporting Luke Stone on his Hybrid series, but it was a slow transfer. Still was buying indie comics. Yeah, there's great stuff. Liam Sharp's work at DC Comics, canceled my order last year. Yeah, Liam Sharp is great. Does some really cool stuff. I remember when he was following Dale on Hulk back in the day, they showed a preview picture of it. I still remember seeing that in his signature. Do you take any inspiration from the old Vampire the Masquerade pen and paper? I love that stuff. I will be shortly. I'll go check that out. Yeah, guys, whenever you guys put a suggestion in the chat, I can go back in the stream later after it's out there, and I can go, oh, okay, so what was I supposed to look up? I do a lot of that. You guys get me buying books, people. That's what happens. Not just CG books, but art books I've never heard of, and there's so much great stuff. The chat is the chat shows its class and its sense of humor quite frequently, but it really does show how many of you guys are passionate about very detailed histories of things. That's been the thing that really kind of amazes me about it all. Everybody's saying hello and cheers. It's Friday. Thank God it's Friday, and thank God for you guys. I hope everyone's having a great Friday where you are. If you're in Australia, I hope you're having a great Saturday morning. I bought a lot of indie comics, got that one. That guy who had his face, whoops, it just jumped on me. The guy who had his face melted in Indiana Jones and Last Crusade. Yeah, actually, oh boy, I'm a child of Spielberg for sure. There's no getting around that. And I love those indie movies, the Star Wars movies, E.T., all that stuff was huge. Yes, it was. Would love Sean to do a John Madden style video with it. There, well, okay. I'll have to ponder that one. You guys are gonna have to catch me up. Speaking of Dale Keown, I wonder if Sean gets a Dale cover too. Sean before Malin. Oh my gosh. Yeah, John. I have a feeling John's gonna get a Dale Keown cover. I'm not even remotely worried. Got fed up with everything happening at the big two. Yeah, I mean, it comes down to it really comes down to with everything, guys. Everything can change. But you know, it's like going and buying a car. You can't fake walk off the lot. They can sense it. And guys, please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't. I will appreciate it so much, and so will my fine family. But it really is kind of funny. You have to show them there's, what is it that Eric July says? It's not enough to be an alternative. You have to compete. So when I go to draw, the thing I'm saying right here is, when I go to detail this work that you're seeing, I'm saying to them, where the heck is the other page? Said Shanth to himself. I feel like Jeff Goldblum right now. Here I am now by myself, talking to myself. I'm saying to them, this absolutely is competitive and will win. Show me people who crank out work like this. Show me that stuff. They're in Comicsgate if they do. You know what I mean? That's where I see the people that inspire me as an artist. You know, I'm sitting here, I'm tripping over Comicsgate right now, people. I've got Johnny Phantasm, 2 Johnny Phantasm figures over here. I've got the Lost Pages sitting over here. I've got Graveyard Shift. I've got the Replicator. I've got all these books that are just stacked up here, and it's great. But that is why I do this stuff. Here is your pinup that I'm doing for Zaid Comics right now for their CG Vacation. This is what it's about, guys. This is us saying, so do you want to see a classically illustrated, beautiful work of pulp Or do you want to get something that looks like it was drawn on a Magnadoodle? And that's the difference. And this is an extreme close-up. You will not see this painting this close in the book unless there's a behind-the-scenes feature. But take a look at, and I still want to do that a little bit better, but take a look at what we're doing here on these books. Nosfero is going to be a book of this level of skill. Do you know what I mean? That's what Nosfero is going to be. It's going to be a book of this. So when you're seeing this work and you're seeing what we're doing here, never forget that that quality is made possible by you guys. There aren't any investors here. It's you guys backing our books one at a time. And yes, by the way, I just want to answer this really quickly here. Rumble in the Toontown is one of the greatest video play-by-plays I've ever seen in my entire life. It is so great. Oh, I just bought the Frazetta Mothman print. Yeah, that's a beautiful bit of color right there. Beautiful bit. But this is the thing, right? Is that, yeah, got the Tarzan, 1975 Tarzan calendar by Frazetta. Absolutely. Yeah, Magnadoodle, I'm showing my dad age there, but when I see the stuff that we're doing here, we're bringing it on all this stuff. This is canvas, work ethic, 45 years of work, and it's comic skate. This is comic skate right here. And that's what we're after. We're here to make sure that as I build up all the layers on this painting, I'm going to have a moray eel in here. I'm going to have a tropical fish in here. This has to be something that when I do an art book in the future that, which I do those every now and again, that collects my artwork and my paintings and all that stuff raw and up close, not the whatever. I want to make sure that this can stand shoulder to shoulder with the stuff that you're going to see in that book. And that is what I'm working on every day, as we say in the Crack Pack. That is what it's all about. And so when I'm working on this stuff, it's got to be something that is worthy of you guys. And this is what the very initial early breakdowns do on a piece. This is when it's still rough. There's I just got an order in from Dick Blick with new acrylics. That's the art store I order from, and it's I'm like going through tubes of paint like you wouldn't believe. I'm going through tubes of paint like D-Wag is going through comedy excellence. He's the man. We love D-Wag. And so this is the thing as I'm working on this stuff. Yeah, this is acrylic washes on crescent canvas textured paper. And I'm using, on occasion I use ink, and then I use HB lead as well. And I'm doing these washes so that even though it may seem kind of odd that, when you scan it, that digital picks this up, I do it because it makes the colors more of a result of light going through the paint and then kind of bouncing around in there. And it does some really cool stuff that's important for where this story is going right now. It's getting into some very deep Frazetta level stuff right now. And that's the coolest thing. Yeah. Oh, even the books about Frazetta are priced these days. They are lots out of print. What I paid for them was a bit obscene. Yeah, that's true. He's still crushing it and not even with us anymore. Yeah. Have a great night, all, and check out the Diaz Brothers show tonight. Absolutely. And Admiral, yes, absolutely right. Got to tad out. Take care, brother. We love you. Bow indeed. Yeah, thank you for being here, Admiral, as always. Never used acrylic gouache before. How different from traditional gouache? The thing about acrylic gouache is it's definitely malleable in terms of being able to pick stuff up. And you can get more vivid colors in some instances too. But it's tough to say because I've only used it a few times, and I found myself wanting to go back to regular gouache or acrylic. So I'm probably not the expert, but it's just that it has a little bit more staying power, I think. And it's yeah. Let me do some research. I'm going to get back to you because I don't want to say the wrong thing there on it. That's a good problem to have going through paints. It absolutely is. You guys make it possible for those tubes of paint and for me to crank this work out. It's going like. Just the material cost that's going into this book right here is all about your support. That it makes it all possible. Brushes, paints, the time it takes to do all this stuff. I cannot think of a better, group of people to be working with, and you guys are it. You guys are where it is for me right now, and I thank you for being here and backing these books. Let's see here. Yeah, everybody's saying later. Take care. I might actually consider learning how to paint after watching Sean's work. I would love that. Guys, if I can inspire anybody to paint, I'm learning the violin right now. I was able to do a fun video with a little bit of violin in it for Michael Bancroft, whose Lucent Painted Death is currently in email sign-up phase. Go check it out. He's another one of my CG brothers. And please hit that like button. Please subscribe if you haven't, guys. We are closing in on 1,000 subscribers. I still cannot believe it. I'm going to have to do a raffle or something for artwork when we hit 1,000, because I think you guys definitely deserve it. All of you guys who've been here back in these campaigns and this channel. But that having been said, Michael's Lucent Painted Death, there's a link in the description. Please go check it out if you haven't checked it out yet, and sign up for that email list. And the same thing goes for CG Vacation, which is where that swimsuit piece I showed a few seconds ago is coming from. And then last, but certainly not least, if you like this work and you want to see an entire book of this work, back Nosfero, the Crypt Walker. It is like, oh gosh, it's Hammer horror films meet Sword and Sorcery, Conan the Barbarian, Basil Gogos, little bit of Lovecraft thrown in there, and an adventure story that will make you feel good when you get to the end of it, and also keep you engaged while you're reading it with some of the most stunning visuals and breathtaking artwork you're going to see anywhere in comics. And that's what my guarantee is for you guys. So let's see what else we've got going on here. Oh my gosh, look at all this stuff. I'd actually consider learning. Good. No worries, Sean. Just a bunch of Daniel Smith gouache that is a bit expensive to release. Gotcha. Understood. Let's see. Yeah, hit like. Yeah, absolutely. Great. Thank you so much. Wow, a raffle. We got to do it. We got to do it, guys. I think it has to happen. Is this what your art classes were like, Sean, or did you never paint while teaching? I actually did demos. I was one of the few teachers who painted while teaching, and I even would do demos of students' pieces to show them how to fix them. So yeah, this is what art classes with me were like. I would sit down, I would show people how to use materials, because I believed in the opposite of what you see these days, which is it's not all about concept and they're coming for me. It's not all just about concept. It's about learning the actual skills. One of the funniest bits of bad canned advice they say at art school is the world is filled with people who know how to paint and have skills. The problem is there's a lack of ideas, when the opposite is true. There's a lot of people with ideas. People with the, dang it, got to move my camera. People with the skill to actually make their ideas happen is what's missing. And the more of us that we can skill up to do this, the more we will change our reality. And one of the ways in which you guys are changing the reality you're in when you back these books is when those books come in the mail, you made them possible. We're not just, buying comic books. That's not what we're doing. We are funding a creative artistic movement, and we are changing things, because when you buy something, it's reflecting the interests of whoever is financing it. When you back something, you are the interest. You are the person who is focused on this, and that's what I love, guys. You guys are the voice and the force behind this creativity. So that when you're sitting here with me and I'm talking about what this book's about, no one's putting words into my mouth. You're getting the real stuff from me. And how great is that? Don't worry, Sean's will alibi. Thank you so much. Yeah, he was streaming, officer, yeah, definitely promote the hell out of it, out of that 1,000 back. Yeah, absolutely, guys. Hey, guys, I just uploaded my variant cover for Two-Fisted Manly Tales. Can hardly wait for you all to see it. Awesome. Congratulations, man. It's going to be great, Dan. Dan's my Grosse Point dank brother. Love that guy. Random McGranderson, there will be a lot of bad ideas. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, well, you guys see them every day, don't you? When you guys, I always say this. I had a joke when I was talking with, God, what stream was I even on? I think it was Gabe El Taib's stream. We were doing Double Impact. I said, when I was reading comics when I was a kid, seeing things like The Rocketeer and all that great stuff that came out during that time, and Image and Spawn and all that stuff, I'd look at the work. Dale Keown's Pit comes to mind, and I'd say, how do they do this? And now when I'm reading what the mainstream is doing, I look at the comics and I go, how do they do this? That's the difference. It's the difference of how you say it. Yeah, skill up, phrase of the day. Yeah, absolutely. Don't skill down. Don't de-skill. Skill up. That is everything. How to draw. They are coming for me, guys. You guys are going to watch me get arrested real time. Let's see here. How to Draw Comics by Dan Lawless. We absolutely can't wait to see it, guys. Dan Lawless is great. Gonna have to have him on his stream here. Hail to you, Black Rose. Looking forward to Painted Death. So am I. Let me tell you. And I loved your video on Michael and the Lucent. Michael's he, in a very different way, and this is the thing that's cool, is we all have visions for our books, but I feel like you know, the thing I like about it is when you've got creators who are doing this stuff where fans, comic book fans are the backers, and this is for the fans. You were to quote, you know, so many people, but certainly the That Umbrella guy and Nick Rekieta stream from Anime Matsuri not long ago. The thing about it was that when you looked at that stuff, you know, and you look at this kind of work, it's all imagination. It's all like coming from people who are backing it and making this stuff happen. It gets to be for the fans. And when I see the Lucent, when I see what Michael does, when I see what any one of our creators, what Ethan does, and what John does, they have a clear idea for what they want to do, and you don't have to worry that they're having to squeeze in a bunch of random junk. You are getting great stuff from small businesses, and we're not Amazon. You know, we're not some giant, you know, company where there's no competition for us and we can, you know, do whatever we want to do. We have to live off of, you know, by your backing, your support, and by the strength of our product. It is a much realer thing. It's the difference between going to a chain restaurant and going to a restaurant that's been run by a family for 45 years. You're putting your money into individuals there. I then painted a unicorn being mobbed by 3D on a classic background. Oh, awesome. Of that thing, John, full of arrows. There you go. You guys, can you imagine if you've got my reading ability and you're trying to read this stuff? Sorry. Oh, Pale Rider here. My painting teacher told me no more booby women or fantasy creatures. Well, you know we don't believe in that here, guys. We make it happen. Oh, excellent. Yeah, already backed it. Right on. Right on. Yeah, so cool. Oh, wait, sorry. Pale Rider. Sounds like you got an Indiegogo campaign brewing. Absolutely right. Cranberry Langers, I wouldn't mind a bit more organization or crossovers. Yeah, and I think we're going to get there. There's this decompression period that I was, I don't want to say I was unprepared for, but I couldn't have known until I experienced it, where I've gotten into the groove of YouTube streaming all things. I was not a broadcaster before a year ago. And again, this is the world's smallest violin playing for me. As I know many would say, it's like, you know, there are harder things and I know it. And I'm grateful for this. But there's a period in which the first thing you do, it's sort of like when a cabin depressurizes. You got to secure your own oxygen mask first, which is to say, I got to make sure I'm getting up, going to my drawing table, painting, got to make sure I get the campaign organized, got to make sure I figure out what the perks are, got to make sure I've got the story, the plot, and then do I need different materials? How does this reproduce? How does this scan? Then I got to make sure I'm streaming, and when do I do shows, and what, you know, and do I have commitments to go on certain shows? Once you get past all that and it becomes second nature, which it's rapidly becoming, the thing about it is that then those things become possible. But I'm about 7 months into CG in terms of, not in terms of backing, obviously. I go back to before the Cyberfrog launch by a lot. But I was following Ethan mainly. But we're still all learning. And you guys are here for that learning process. And you'll be able to say, I remember when this thing was, even now, I remember when this thing wasn't what it is now. It's gotten so big and it's really solidified. You've got CG now and all the stuff Michael Bancroft's doing. You've got us figuring out how to stream art streams and things better. We're getting there. Hail, Snuggy Jr. It's great to see you here. Yeah, Bookmark is going to be awesome. And it's in progress. And here is the sketch I'm working on for it. And it's going to be like a Haunted Mansion stretching room portrait. And it's going to have all of the characters on it. And it's going to be a joy to have, my friends. A joy to have. Yeah, absolutely. Look at everybody popping in here. Hit that like button, guys, if you haven't yet. Hit that like and subscribe button. It is important. Yeah, teach me how to Snuggy, indeed. Hello, Eric the Guapo. It's great to see you. Yo, my friend. Glad you are here. Let's see what else we've got here. Cranberry Langers, that is completely logical. Good books either way. Good content. Yours include. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Tip of the hat, my friend. Tip of the hat. Yeah, your compliments are appreciated. Your comedy is my lifeblood. Thank you for that. And your support means the world to me and my family. That's all there is to it, guys. You know, we love you guys. You guys are awesome. I'm old school CG. I still remember EVS portfolio reviews. So do I. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Snuggy with the elbow cough. That's what it's all about. Yeah, I do. And I mean, I remember one of my favorite streams going way back was the burning of the soy pants. Ethan knew how to make, he was a natural broadcaster and he's even improved a ton, which is, gives out, you know, I think is gives out hope for everybody. But just the burning of the soy pants and, the moving stuff and all the things, all the ups and downs are. I remember, of course, like most of you guys, when Ethan was still working for DC Comics, when he was taking trips to the art supply store, when he was on the High Council with Jeff and World Class and all that other stuff. So those things were, are just memories of watching this stuff happen. If you had told me, it's that I'd be where I am right now, I would not have believed you. 2 Indiegogo art books funded and fulfilled, totally inspired by Ethan and Comicsgate. That's why they were on Indiegogo. And then saying, all right, I'm gonna do this comic book. And yeah, it's great, guys. It's crazy. I've got all these shows I'm doing now, and everything's amazing. And I'm glad you guys are entertained by it, and I'm glad you guys want to see this book because I cannot wait for you guys to see it. I've never been more inspired on anything than I've been on this project. It's just, and the only thing I'm more inspired to do is paint off camera. For heaven's sake, I keep painting where the thing is. But those were great times. Those were absolutely great times. Yeah. You guys are too funny. So my plan for this book and the way that it's coming together is that it's going to be excellence when you receive it. Excellence in a box. It's going to be a really fun story with monsters, characters, and creatures that you are going to love to see, and that are going to be my imagination, as Spinal Tap would say, on 11. So that's what it comes down to. Make great stuff. Rinse, repeat. Make great stuff. Print great stuff. Fulfill great stuff. Rinse, repeat. Give people something that is going to inspire them. Make sure that people know they're a part of something great. And that is why I'm here. I'm here because I felt like from the beginning of being in CG and backing books that I was a part of something great. And I felt that before I ever even thought about, and whether or not I ever did a project, I knew I was a part of something great. And I know that you guys are too. And so it's a real pleasure to paint here and to be here with you on a Friday after, I'm sure, a hard week's work for all of you guys. And I thank you for your hard work. And when I see you back the book, I know your hard work is being put into this book. So I owe you the same. And that is why I work so hard on this channel, on these streams, and the subscribers keep going up. That's why I listen to those people who came before me, like John Malin and his method for doing things, and Michael Bancroft and Rob Arnold and all those great guys who are always ready with really good advice. And that's why the only people I answer to in terms of, what I do on my projects is you guys. And you guys are telling me, Shanth, go out there and do what you do. Make it happen. We like the work. Don't let anybody tell you what you do and don't have to paint, other than make something excellent and give us the most creative thing you can do. And that's exactly what I'm here for, guys. That's what we're here to do, And so on that note, guys, sorry if this isn't a very long stream, but I want to make sure that I get something to eat because I have not eaten anything and I need to. I'm about to pass out. But I will tell you this. Let me just make sure I get a couple of these chats in here. Yeah, absolutely. Snubby Dab Dance. Feels like God's got his hands on CG books. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I agree with that. And that's a huge part of it for me. Huge part. Hail Snuggy Jr. Hail Eric the Guapo. Yeah, Cranberry Langers. Absolutely. That's right. Absolutely right. You ever seen Vargas? Yes, I love Vargas. I love George Petty. Those are some of my favorite pinups. Oddly, though, I've kind of shaken out and become a yeah, there's the book. Thank you, Jeremy. I appreciate it. A Gil Elfgren fan or artist by happenstance of how I paint. Like I was looking at Gil Elfgren, and Gil Elfgren even signs his name with a signature that looks like the signature that I do. And I thought, well, that's kind of odd. But yeah, Gil Elfgren is definitely riding shotgun on this piece. So let me do this real quick, guys, before we sign off here. I want to thank you guys for liking and subscribing to this video and making this channel the success that it's been, for making Nosfero the success it's been. We're almost to 25K, and the highest stretch goal from when I launched the campaign of what I thought was possible. And I know we're going to exceed that, and we're going to do great things together. But this right here, let me see here. I'm going to switch cameras real quick. I'm going to go to artist cam. There we go. This right here, guys, this is the painting. This is what I'm doing for Phil's book, which is the CG Vacation book. and it is going to be a stunner of a piece. And I know you guys are going to love it, and it's going to be something that you're going to want to have in your house and flip through. So do check out the Diaz Brothers stream, Zaid Comics stream. I will see you guys soon, and keep making great stuff. Keep backing great stuff. Stay golden. You guys are the best. Much love and all of that glorious stuff. Yeah, you better. Let me tell you this right now. You better believe it, Snuggie Jr. That is how we roll. That is how we roll. But it's great to see you guys. Thank you for being here today. Go watch some great Comicsgate streams. Have a wonderful Friday because you guys all deserve it. Much love from me and my family to you. And let's all get out there and keep backing books and keep growing this thing. And thank you for backing Nosfero. You are going to love that book. It's going to be the best thing I've done. And I couldn't be prouder of how it's going. So take care, guys. I will see you soon. CG Talk tomorrow on Lord Crackhead's channel, Jeremy's channel. Go check it out. All right. Take care, everyone. Great stream. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I'm going to play you guys out with our song here that I wrote for you guys. So take care. Have a great time. Bow. And, of course, stay gold.
Here's a little something for you busters. Yeah.
You're not even learning anything on the street.
Yeah.
You think I'm stupid, son? See what I'm trying to say to you, boy?
Yeah.
Do you?
What's up with that?
Look at me, damn it!
Y'all cowards don't even smoke crack. What's up with
You
that?
smoke crack, don't you?
Y'all cowards don't even smoke crack.
Look at me, boy!
Hey to
You
you,
smoke crack, don't you?
don't even smoke crack.
You know what that does to you? Huh? You smoke crack, don't you?
Smoke crack.
Go on and do it expeditiously.
What's up with that?
It kills your brain cells, son. It kills your brain cells.
Don't even smoke crack.
No guts, huh?
I apologize. I forgot you were there. You may go now.